Why is the Mauritian passport incognito? I'm going to discuss this. And who is this guy? Now, before we get started, the incognito is going to be the second part. Before we get there, I'm going to discuss how do you get the Mauritian passport. But before we deep dive into both the topics, make sure to turn on the bell notification and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on any important information. And I make several videos on Mauritius, and it's for several reasons. It's a very interesting part of the world, a very solid, strong, interesting passport. I have two attorneys, very solid attorneys in Mauritius. I work on several matters. Now this guy said the incognito passport. Now this struck my mind and I reasonably understood why he is saying this. Had this in my mind, and then recently I've been having a few conversations with a lot of clients, and Mauritius is an interesting one. It's a jurisdiction that gives you not only legal advantages, right? Because it's a smaller country, you have access to a lot more resources within the country. So let's say you're coming from a high profile country and you're looking for some unique legal advantages. Let's say it's a corporation related legal advantage that you're trying to seek. Mauritius is super interesting part of the world for that. The second important thing about Mauritius is it's a tax optimized jurisdiction. So let's say it's a corporation, again, you're trying to reduce your liabilities, your taxes, whatever it is, legally, right? Got to stay legal. So that is another big advantage of Mauritius. The passport itself is quite solid, strong. In Africa, as you don't have many good passports to work with. You have Seychelles, but again, it's a different beast. Mauritius over here is super interesting, especially because of the legal and the tax unique advantages that one might seek from that jurisdiction. And citizenship is not the only way to get it, right? Even a residency can qualify you. The residency is pretty solid. How do you get the Mauritian passport? How do you become a Mauritian citizen? Before you become a citizen, you got to be a resident, right? You got to have a residency, then you can look at citizenship, and there are three ways that you can qualify for residency. Now, the residency permit gets you a lot of benefits that you seek otherwise from a citizenship. The two ways are really cheap. You're looking at $1,000, and when I say cheap, they're obviously going to be attorney charges and agency fees, etc. But the government application fee is $1,000, right? So if you have the retirement age, if you are the retirement age, paying that government application fees and applying, you can qualify for the residency. You can get the residency in Mauritius. The second way is if you are diversifying your assets, and here you're not really buying real estate, you're not doing any golden visas, any donations, none of that kind of stuff. This is purely diversifying cash into your Mauritian qualifying account. Once you put 50K, it's a business investment in a business bank account. You can pretty much structure investments. And that also qualifies you for that Mauritian residency. The residency itself is one of the most flexible residencies that you can get, similar to South Africa. We'll get to that in a bit, but here the residency is flexible. The third way of qualifying for this residency is through a condo purchase, 350K USD approximately. You purchase a condo, you can live there, you can rent it, you can do whatever you want. That also qualifies you for a residency. There's a lot of questions and confusions regarding the dual citizenship situation in Mauritius, and you get variable, feedback from multiple sources. It doesn't have a straightforward answer. There's some exceptional scenarios that are at play here, and if you have any questions, you can always click the link, book a call. We can discuss exactly how that applies or how it doesn't and what you got to do for that. And when you talk about citizenship, obviously they have a naturalization process. It's in their it's baked in their constitution. If you open up their rule book and if you take a look, it's clearly defined, right? So obviously you got to have the qualifying minimum physical presence in the country to qualify for citizenship. Citizenship is a discretionary feature, right? The government does it. It's not in the hands of the attorney or any agents or any YouTuber to say, you read the constitution, follow the minimum physical presence, then you apply, try for the best. You always have the residential benefits of having the residency permit in Mauritius. Mauritian passport is one of the best passport in Africa's. Now let's get back to the incognito aspect of the Mauritian passport, and this triggered when I got off a consultation call with a client, and obviously Mauritius was one of the topic, and it came back to my studio, the YouTube studio, and this guy, he said that Mauritius beats South Africa because it's a tax-friendly country for expats and investors. This is when it clicked me. It's like, wait a minute, tell me first what is and then why is the Mauritian passport an incognito passport? And I asked him that, and he said the leader of the British acid jazz brand Incognito is from Mauritius. Well, while this may not be an exciting response, or it could be, right, depending upon if you're a fan of this brand, but the Mauritian passport can be activated, it can be triggered to be a tank. It beats most other passport if you combine this. And if you want to learn more how that can be achieved, hop onto this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and catch you in this one.